It's time to put some respect on QB1's name. It's time, bro. Put some respect on my dog's name. Put some respect on Tua's name, bro. So many things are getting answered within the first 5 weeks of this season. Some with him playing and some without him playing. And it's time to put some respect on his name. Bro, there's pro Tuas and there's anti-Tuas. Can you tell me all the stuff all the anti-Tuas are saying? Like, can you give me a list? Like, Tua can't throw the long ball. He can't complete the long ball. He doesn't have a strong arm. He's injury prone. What else you got?
Tyreek Hill's going to make Tua, look better than he is, all that kind of stuff.
His team is going to make him look better.
Yeah.
Go ahead. What else we got?
He can't maneuver in the pocket. He can't make script, but he can't make plays off script.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think what we see.
He's not a leader. No one wants to play with him.
Yeah. There's so much, but it's one of the things where because
team doesn't like him.
Yeah.
The team doesn't like him.
Yeah. There's so much where we just kind of you know what? We're not even. We got to a point where even you said on the show, I don't want to hear it. If the negative Tua stuff, don't.
It's foolish now.
Don't
right?
bring it.
Too fragile. He's injury prone.
The only thing I will say is, what would the team look like under Teddy Bridgewater? Because we don't know that. But I think overall, even the most ardent Tua hater, like he's not it. I think they would be very hard pressed to turn around and say right now that this team is not better with Tua in it, because Tua, since being drafted by the Miami Dolphins, has won games with lesser talent on the offensive side of the ball, and with Beavis and Butthead as the defensive coordinators. I don't want to hear no arguments. Like
offensive coordinators.
Yeah. Now, to the complete contrast will be, well, hold on. Even though Skylar Thompson has all these weapons, he's still a 7 quarterback. Listen, I get it, However, the offensive scheme from Mike McDaniel to the weapon, all that kind of stuff, are going to elevate Tua to where he's been over the past 3 weeks. Well, Teddy Bridgewater and Skylar Thompson have, at the very least, had Waddle, Hill, Gesicki, Mostert.
It's supposed to be a plug-and-play system. We're supposed to just plug any quarterback in the system, and it's going to work. That's what it's supposed to be, right?
And if anything, like I said, of the 3 quarterbacks, Skylar Thompson's the only one that's had a run game. Like, Raheem Mostert went for, what, 18 carries,
116?
113 on the ground, 6.3 yards per attempt. Like, that's the run game. Tua hasn't had that over the past 2 weeks. So, listen, I say this from the bottom of my heart, and you said it really well, the other week. None of this speedy recovery nonsense. Make a full recovery. Get better when you get better, because absence makes the heart grow fonder. And what everyone is seeing now is that, we might actually need Tua to do something this year. And no, I even said this on it might be the last episode. Let's not be in a situation where Tua is out injured and has to come back and try and basically run the table to make the playoffs. Let's not be in a situation again. We're 0-1 with Tua, not the starter. However, if he doesn't play another snap this year because he needs to get healthy, do what you need to do. Because if anything, it will teach all those people that spoke ill against his name to go, do you know what? This is what happens. You got what you asked for. You got for anyone but Tua as your starter, and look what's happening.
Bro, nah. It's cool. Anyone who denies Tua still, they're almost not qualified no more. You're not qualified we're not qualified to have this debate. How about this, Kadeem? I said this before on this podcast. And this is really a quote for relationships, like boyfriend and girlfriend, husband, wife type relationships. And the quote is, if they don't appreciate your presence, make them appreciate your absence. And it's not by design. that the Dolphins have gotten here, but people don't appreciate Tua's presence. And now his absence is going to make you appreciate him even more. So I'm willing to concede, Kadeem. I ain't gonna lie. I'm willing to concede if the anti-Tuas are willing to concede. I'm willing to say, all right, Tua has to be available. All the stuff that y'all saying, this, that, like he has to be. All right, I'll give you this. I'd say, all right, Tua got to be available because at the end of the day, if we're losing games that he's not playing, but we're winning games that he is playing, what does that say about the games that he's not playing? It's like, oh, he's not playing the games. I told you he's fragile. He's injury prone. I didn't say he was injury prone. I didn't say he was fragile, but I will say he has to be available, right?
Yeah.
But we're going down this list, Kadeem. We already checking boxes. Like, can't complete the deep ball. I don't ever want to hear that argument ever again. There's no reason for it. Doesn't have a strong arm. What is a strong arm? Strong enough to do what? Throw the length of the football field? Because the strongest arm in the league and Josh Allen had the game on the line against the Dolphins on the 5-yard line and one hop a pass to the end zone. Strongest arm in the league. So what's the strongest arm in the league going to do? You don't need to throw the ball 80 yards down the field. Cool. So I don't need to hear the strongest arm in the league. Matter of fact, Lamar Jackson has a stronger arm than Tua. Cannot hit wide open receivers for the game. Wide open, 60 yards, 50 yards down the field, 10 yards around them, just out there. Can't hit them. Strong arm don't mean nothing without accuracy. So I don't want to hear about the strong arm. We're done with that. Don't want to hear about the can't complete the long ball. Done with that. What else we got? Oh, his team don't like him. Don't want to hear that no more. He's not a leader. Don't want to hear that no more. What is it? The team is going to make him better. He doesn't make the team better. Remember that one?
Yeah.
So, but we're 0-2 without him, right?
Yeah.
3-0 with him, though. How's that work? So every quarterback we plug in is supposed to
harder games as well.
Arguably, I don't even want to say arguably. Those were harder games. So I don't want to hear that argument no more. Here's this. Holds on to the ball too long versus needs to throw the ball away. There's a difference. Yes, Tua needs to throw the ball away. Does he hold on to the ball too long? Absolutely not. He has one of the top 7 quickest releases in the NFL. So it doesn't say he holds on to the ball too long. It says he needs to throw the ball away or take the sack earlier. Like, look, just take the sack, live to fight another day. Or you could, go ahead.
I think and it was also one of the things where when you're taking the sack, protect the ball. Because he does have a habit of like taking the sack and trying to football. It's like, dude, just stop.
That's for sure. Take the sack, throw the ball away. When people say he holds on to the ball too long, that's not that argument. That's not the same argument. Y'all a little off there. The arm strength thing, I don't know about all that. Right? What do we need to display? We just came back 4 touchdowns in 1 quarter, throwing bombs. Everybody said, he was wide open. So being wide open has nothing to do with not having the arm to get it there. You see what I'm saying? So that's an accuracy thing. I'm done with that conversation. Injury prone versus he needs to be available. Kadeem, this is very important. Is Tua injury prone, or does he need to be available more? Because I'm really go here. I don't believe Tua's injury prone, and I know everybody. This is going to be the biggest thing. Everything I just mentioned in the past 3 minutes, everyone's going to be like, "How could he not be injury prone? He's not available." What injuries, Kadeem, did Tua miss games for? Can you, like, off the top? Because you're a Dolphin fan. I'm pretty sure in the past 3 years, you could probably give me the injuries, the lengthy list of injuries that Tua had that made him miss games.
As it's like the broken rib suffered against the Bills in week 2 last year.
Okay.
I want to say when he came back, he got injured. He might have hurt his finger towards the end of the season.
2. Very good, Junior Grasshopper. Keep going.
Obviously, the concussion.
That's 3. Hey, Kadeem knows his stuff. His trivia.
And I guess technically the hip injury in his rookie year.
All right, it stops right there. So here we go. Check this out. In his NFL career, Tua has only had 3 injuries in his NFL career that made him miss games. One was the finger injury that he wanted to play through, but Flores didn't allow him to play through. The rib injury, which is similar to the Justin Herbert injury, it was a pain tolerance thing. If he could tolerate it, he can play. Again, Flores did not allow him to play through that. He wanted to play through that. And now there's concussion. So for those who say he's injury prone, I will tell you that's not the case. Yes, there's some unfortunate incidences that have come about in circumstances, but it doesn't mean he's prone to injury. Like Kadeem says, it's not like he keeps tearing a quad or rolling an ankle and he's out for 6 weeks. Nothing like that. He wanted to play through multiple injuries, and the coach that is on record, Kadeem, trying to sabotage this man, didn't allow him to play through those injuries. So how can you say, oh, he missed games because of these injuries because he's injury prone? I can't give you that. But what I can give you, because I'm very rational, you know what I'm saying? I'm logical. I can give you this concussion. Tua is unavailable because of this concussion. All right. This is the first time in his NFL career that he's been unavailable because of an injury. He was available for that rib injury. After the rib injury, he was available to play through the thumb injury, and the Flores that tried to sabotage him didn't allow it. So I can't give you he's injury prone. But again, I'm willing to concede he has to be available. You know what I'm saying? So I give everyone the, oh, he's not available. And why do we have to talk about when Tua comes back? When Tua comes back? When Tua comes back? But at the same time, if you're a real Dolphin fan, you know I'm only speaking the truth right now. You know the team is better with Tua than it is without Tua. You also know that Flores clearly tried to sabotage dude, and we still don't know who ordered the code red. Who made this dude play through a recovering hip injury when we had Ryan Fitzpatrick playing well? You know what I'm saying? Who called that code red in the middle of nowhere when the team was actually doing good and we could let Tua sit out that first season? So hold on. So yeah, that's all I got, bro. I'm willing to concede, like all that whole long laundry list that everyone thought, oh, Tua. It's not that. It's all of a sudden it's really not that long.
I can say very quickly. So I mentioned the hip injury, and the reason I mentioned it is because, just my personal opinion, I don't think he would have been healthy enough to play week 1 of his rookie career because of that hip injury, because he was still recovering, if that makes sense. While it wasn't an injury sustained in the NFL, I believe that if Ryan Fitzpatrick wasn't there, I can't think of a quarterback. I personally believe he would have missed the game, missed at least a few games in the NFL in his rookie year because of that hip injury, because it wasn't fully recovered yet.
Doesn't matter though. Doesn't mean he's not prone to injury, because that injury did not happen in the NFL.
I'm saying, but if the question was what games did he miss because of injury, I attribute a few of it in his rookie year because of the hip injury. That's the only reason why I mentioned it. As opposed
I get it, but yeah. I'm saying he did not sustain an injury in the NFL. For everyone to say, because realistically, Joe Burrow's one injury away from being as injury prone as Tua is, if you want to go that route. You know what I'm saying? He tore ACL and he missed time. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not here to say that. I'm not. That's not the argument I'm trying to make. You know what I'm saying? My argument I'm trying to make is he could have played through multiple injuries. His head coach that is no longer with him would not allow him to do it. And turns out we have one of the biggest scandals ever in the history of the NFL coming down on the Miami Dolphins while Tua was quarterback. So how can you not tell me that there's truth? There isn't truth to that. You see what I'm saying? So yeah, this concussion has taken him out, but the same way everyone say he couldn't throw the long ball, and he's throwing the long ball, he can't complete deep passes, and he's actually in the top whatever percentile of completing deep passes this year. All that stuff, bro. And last but not least, the players around him are going to make him better. He doesn't make the team better. I can't do that argument no more. I'm not going to argue with someone who says Tua doesn't make the team better. When all he does is win football games when he does play, and we lose when he doesn't. I can't have that argument with anyone else ever. Hey, before we get in the bonus segment.